Welcome back everyone to the ultimate guide to Blender 3D rigging and animation, and this is where we left it off. All right, let's set our time frame down to 1, and then what we'll do is we'll start now actually putting in a key. So I'm going to press I, location, rotation, and scale. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up to, we're on 300 at the moment, which is kind of going to make this a little bit difficult because you've got to basically break it down over 300. So we're better off actually putting it over 200 and having each frame on 50, because there's going to be 4 actual frames per revolution. So if I put this now onto 200, like so, and then we can go to frame 50, like so. Let's put it down one, and then we can rotate it around. So RZ 90, like so, and it's going to automatically put a frame in, and then we can go to 100, and then RZ 90, and then 150, like so, RZ 90, and then finally 200, RZ 90. Now we do know that it's going to start off slow before it starts picking up any speed. Like so. So we don't actually want that. So what we want to do is right click, interpolation, and I think we want it on linear. Let's try on linear. So it should now just keep going around. Like so. All right, so I'm happy with how that looks. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this back on 1. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mess with this one. So if I press R and X, we should end up with this one going around like so. So let's start then. What we'll do is we'll press I, location, rotation, scale, and then we'll come to the 50 mark, and then we'll press R and X and 90, 100, RX 90, 150, RX 90, and then 200, like so, and then RX 90. And then what I'm going to do is, of course, right click, interpolation, put it on linear. All right, so now we should end up with something like this, which is looking really, really nice. And now we just go back to 1 again. And now, because we've done this one, let's do the middle one. So let's do this middle one, and I'm going to press I, location, rotation, scale, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to press RZ90. Oops, I'm not going to do that because I need to put it on 50 first. There we go, and then RZ90, and then 100, and I'm basically just pressing RZ90 to get it right back to 200, so RZ90, like so. And now we should end up with something like this, and it's looking fairly complex, and they're all meeting in the middle, and it's looking really nice. All right, so now we've just got the outer ring left, so let's put it back to 1 again. So with the last one, let's go a little bit nuts with this one as well. So what we'll do is we'll grab this one, we'll basically press I, location, rotation, and scale. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to rotate it by, let's say R, X, and 90. So let's rotate it there. In fact, no, I don't. I need to put it on 50 first. So on 50, and then R, X, 90, and then 100, R, X, 90, 150, RX 90, and finally back to 200, RX and 90. All right, now let's come back to the 50 mark, and what we'll do is we'll also spin it a different way on this one. So what we'll do is we'll press RY90. So no, yeah, RY90, RY90. We'll spin it that way, and then we'll come up to the 100 mark. And what we can't do here is if we press RY, you'll see that it's just going to spin it on there. So we don't really want that. So what I want to do is RX90. And then what will happen is we'll have this feeding into this one. And we don't really want that either. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to 150. I'm going to put it on RY90 like so. And then it should move like so. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on here, interpolation mode. I'm going to grab them all actually and press A, right click, interpolation mode, and let's put it on Bezier. Just make sure, because that then what it'll do is it'll smooth everything out. So this is going to be a bit erratic, this one, but it's going to be smoothed out because of the interpolation mode. So now if we go back, press spacebar, and there we go. And you can see it's following on after each other. It's kind of erratic, this outer ring, which is exactly what I'm looking for, like so. All right, so now let's actually come up, put this onto object mode. Let's hide these out of the way. First of all, though, I just want to make sure it all moves with it. Just doing the last check before I do anything. I'm just going to grab this one, making sure that all moves with it. And the other thing is, we could make sure that the whole of this moves with this, because it's no point just moving this. So what we'll do is, before finishing, we'll actually come back to edit mode. We'll press tab. We'll come back to our globe. We'll go over to here. We'll come to our root then. I'm going to press tab. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the whole of this part, and then I'm going to set this to weight of 100, like so. Now if I press tab, come back to my pose mode. So I'm going to grab my bones, back to my pose mode. And now if I grab this, it should move the whole thing. So I should theoretically be able to put this here or over here, and it also carries on moving like so. And then I should be able to press Alt-G and put it right back to the beginning again. All right, so now let's actually... Oh, you can... yeah, that's exactly what I've worried about. You can see, because I've got this on, it's actually moved it over there. I'm just going to click that off, delete these out the way, and then I'm just going to press Alt-G and just put it back, and now it should just move as intended. All right, so now let's come up to object mode. I'm going to hide these out the way, so hide all the bones. And this is what you should be left with, a really, really nice rotating globe. All right, everyone, so that is that part done. So you can see now how we've brought up the complexity of actually adding bones, the complexity of moving bones around and things like that. So that is basically that actual part of the course done. So on the next one, what we're going to look at is our animated fish. This will be a shorter lesson. We're going to end it here because that one is a little bit different from all the stuff we've been doing before. All right, everyone, so I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.